What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my demands. Like and subscribe. I'm a little nasally, a little allergenic right now. But anyway, I saw a comment. I had to respond to it. It was TFP 95. I can't remember. Something like that was the commenter. And they said, people, if I can remember correctly, people like me, like you, scare me. So if someone used to work for Xbox or Microsoft or is employed by Microsoft, that Microsoft and Xbox are above criticism, and I forgot what the rest of it said, but basically that was the gist of it. And I will respond to that saying no, if the criticism is sensical. But what had happened was Chrissy Dring came out and said this thing about, oh, Game Pass is unsustainable, blah, 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 right? And this person that used to work for Arcane, he left in 2017 before Microsoft even acquired Bethesda. And I don't know if he was commenting off of Chris Dring's comment, but the next day, Chrissy came back and said, "Oh, actually, they do have a profit, blah 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 blah, and all this stuff." And I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I am part of a development team. We are making a game. If Xbox came and said, yo, we want to give you some money for your game, we'd be like, yes, where do we sign? Period. There's no question. Because we're a small team and money. And, just to keep it simple. Now, why does this person hate Game Pass or think it's going to destroy the industry and all this stuff, which is false? You can think with the few brain cells that any one of us have and say, oh, is a service like Game Pass going to destroy the industry, the video game industry? Then you take yourself out of the video game industry and you say, oh, is a service like Disney Plus or Netflix or Hulu or Prime, Amazon Prime Video, is that going to destroy the movie industry? And you could say, no, because you can't get an IMAX movie in your house unless you have a super duper mansion with an literal IMAX theater in your house with the projector. I mean, that's super rich people stuff. That's Bezos money right there, right? But no, it won't. Now, for some people, they're like, oh, my 50 inch is good enough. My 92 inch is good enough. But it's still not the same. You can't get, 4D. Can't get 4DX, that Xbox, not Xbox, but the 4DX stuff in your house unless you build a 4DX theater in your house. But that's not realistic. So it has affected the movie industry, but it hasn't destroyed it. Just like Xbox and Game Pass has affected the video game industry, it hasn't destroyed it. What has affected the video game industry more than Game Pass is free-to-play games. But I don't hear nobody saying nothing about that. All these kids that Microsoft are looking at and say, yo, they are the next gen. We got to make stuff that they want to play, hardware and software. And that's what they're doing. They're making a handheld. Why are they making a handheld? They haven't thought about handhelds in forever. And now let's make a handheld. Why? Because everybody's kids is playing on their phones. What's the next gradual step? Why do you think the Switch is so popular? Because it's kind of like a phone, but it's got a controller stuff on it. So it's the next step. From the phone, you go to the Switch. From the Switch, you go to the Steam Deck, ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally, the Xbox handheld. That's the plan. That's the methodology. That's the way they're thinking. And so I'm going back to the Game Pass stuff. I'm thinking about Game Pass as a service, and I'm like, how? First of all, it's different from Netflix in that within Game Pass, within the Xbox ecosystem, you have Game Pass, you have the store. You can buy the same games that are in Game Pass from the Xbox store, and you get a discount because you got Game Pass. That's like Amazon Prime, right? You like, oh, you buy some stuff, you get free shipping. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool sub. But people don't want to take into account all the factors, all the facts. They just want to specify, oh, it's bad for the industry because it cannibalize the sales. I'm like, I mean, I think free to play games are cannibalizing sales more than stuff like that. See what Game Pass offers and what it does. It allows us gamers and consumers, more importantly, to say, "Oh, I was gonna buy, I don't know what, Forza Horizon 6, but instead I'm gonna buy this game, this game, this game, and this game because I didn't have to spend the 60, 70, $80 on this game. I can put my money over here." So more people are playing more games and buying more games, different games, than they would otherwise. Also, what people aren't saying, and which I know for a fact is happening, is on the PC side, with the PC Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, a person who does PC and Xbox, doesn't matter. PC gamers in particular are using Game Pass as like a demo service, basically. Remember, there used to be demos. Remember, y'all used to get the demo disc in the magazine and stuff like, "Oh, snap a demo disc, you throw it in and play some demos." Like, that's a dope game. I want to get it when it comes out, right? Remember that? Now, you don't remember that because that was way in the back time. But now people are using Game Pass as that. They say, oh, that's a game that's coming out. That's going to come out on PC. Let me check it out. Boom, 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 boom. They check it out. They say, all right, I'll buy it. And then they buy it. That's, or they can do by streaming. They stream it, boom, boom, boom. Stream it real quick. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to buy it. I'm buy it. So, there's the value of Game Pass is more than just how people reduce it down to, oh, it's a rental service, blah, blah, blah. You need to buy your games and stuff. And once again, that whole buying your own games or buying games is a fallacy and is for stupid people because you're not buying games anymore. You've never bought a game. You've bought a cartridge that had a circuit board in it that had zeros and ones in it. That's what you bought. You don't have any rights to the actual individual IP of the. So when you say you're buying a game, you're buying the opportunity to play it. And before it was a hardware, it was a cartridge. You say, boom, I got the game. It's on here. I have the actual physical game, and I can sell the actual cartridge, but I have no rights to the game. So, of course, we know what it means, but technically speaking, when you say I bought a game, it's just the license to play it in whatever form it comes in. So now it's different because there aren't too many physical copies. And even if there's a physical copy, the whole thing isn't on there. You get a day one patch. You don't actually have the game, so you can't actually play it offline because you got to get a download to complete the actual. And even if you have a physical copy and you download the update, that physical copy is not the same as what you downloaded. And so you're not getting the whole game at all, especially with the whole Nintendo, key card stuff. Sorry, I've gotten more clogged up, as you can tell. But yeah, this whole thing about the whole criticism is fine. I mean, I'm gonna criticize Microsoft when they need to be criticized. I criticize Sony all day long because nobody likes to criticize them because they're the winners, whatever. They're the market leader, whatever. Winners need to be slapped down when they acted fools, and they acted a fool, and people are starting to see that now. But no one is above criticism, obviously. But the whole thing with this guy, this arcade dude, is that he was, I don't know if he has a vendetta. Did he get fired? They said he left because of family, whatever. But you know how that goes. That's like, oh, let's do PR. We don't want to throw you all the way under the bus. We can give you a nice little story so that you can leave. But even though we're firing your ass, we're going to let you go. Okay? So you could maybe get a job somewhere else. But when you're just spitting out nonsense and stuff that like isn't actually factual, like Game Pass is harming the industry. I'm looking at this industry and it's huge. And what's happening for the industry is that it's adjusting, it's morphing, it's adapting and evolving into a new customer type. And that is the kids right now who are playing on phones and tablets. And they're going to graduate to PCs. Because trust me, I had a friend who had kids. They were young kids when, they grew up now. Now they're all in college. But guess where they didn't go? They didn't go to console. They skipped right from phones or whatever they were doing, right to PC. Playing, what was he playing? I can't remember what zombie game it was. Was it Daisy? It might have been DayZ. I think it was playing as Daisy. He was like, "Yo, play this." I was like, "Oh, okay." I started playing it. And I was like, I got into it like maybe 30 minutes. I got, but you know, and this is a young kid. He was in high school at the time on laptops. So Microsoft is looking at the new generation of gamers coming up. Sony is trying to hold on to the gray beards, the white beards, us. And that's wrong. That's bad because we all dying off. Let's be real. So, they maybe have, if they're lucky, another 20 years of us. But Microsoft was like, okay, why don't we make something for everybody? Instead of just these people here, let's make something for everybody. Now, that's what I feel like they're doing. And so, like I said, once again, the criticism is fine, but say something smart. That's all I'm saying. But I appreciate y'all. Hey, that's showing them like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the media in general. All these, industry people and reporters, journalists coming out talking shit about Xbox. And then especially Christopher Drink. He's a knucklehead. He's a special person, but he's got a business to promote, so he does it for the clicks. So I get it. But anyway, I'll talk to you on the next one too. Wait.